For more than half a century, a remarkable event was frozen in time. Nearly 80 years later, we're seeing newly released footage of American soldiers rescuing a train of concentration camp survivors near Magdeburg, Germany, for the first time. It was April 1945, just 5 months before the end of World War II. The Nazis were trying to move and kill as many of the Jewish prisoners they had taken. On a Saturday, American soldiers were sent to investigate a train that had curiously stopped on tracks deep inside Nazi Germany. One of the soldiers had a camera, and what he recorded that day, and is now for the first time coming to light, is a powerful portrait of suffering, hope, and resilience. NewsNation's Rich McHugh joins us with never-before-seen footage and the story of one face in the crowd.
The footage is silent, but it speaks volumes. And remarkably, in the past few days since this video has surfaced, some have scanned the faces in the footage and found their loved ones.
That made me kind of jump back and say, wow, there's my mom.
For the first time, we are seeing video of the moment U.S. troops saved thousands of Jews from a Nazi train. You see a little boy who looks well beyond his years, a woman exhausted, sleeping on the ground. Tattered clothes, gaunt faces, people frantically lining up next to the train, hoping for their chance at some food from U.S. forces who had just secured their freedom. Some are waving to the cameraman. Written on one of the train cars, 3 cheers for the U.S. It was April 1945, and while the Farsleben train rescue had been captured in pictures like this, a mother and daughter newly freed from their captors, this is the first time video of the incident has been found, uncovered after 78 years.
The U.S. Army Signal Corps happened to have a photographer in the area and happened to film this.
Mike Edwards is the director of A Train Near Magdeburg, a forthcoming film about the miraculous rescue.
A death train that left Bergen-Belsen near the end of the war, having 2,500 passengers on it, and was liberated on April 13th, 1945 by the United States Army. 2,500 people is 2.5 times the size of Schindler's List, and it was liberated in a single moment.
Thousands of prisoners of the Nazi regime, Jews from all over war-torn Europe, suddenly realized they were free. Elizabeth Siemens saw her mother's face in the footage.
It was just so surprising and so amazing to me, and that I'd actually recognized my mother there. I had not expected that, and it was just wonderful, really a wonderful surprise.
For Seaman, it's a powerful surprise and an important reminder 8 decades later.
People do need to remember the atrocities that occurred there, not with any sense of vengeance or revenge or hatefulness or anything like that, but to do the best they can to relate well to others, people who are different from themselves, and to care about humanity one-on-one and encounter everyone with a sense of love and good expectations.
Nazi trains, if you look at photographs of trains in the Holocaust, most of them, if not all of them, lead to death. This one leads to life.
For NewsNation, Rich McHugh.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.